I am live. I'm in my first live stream. I am trying out some new things with hooking up my technology and playing with new tools and seeing how live streams work. And so I thought that this would be a great opportunity for me to just play around a little bit. I don't learn new things often enough. So I am going to just start experimenting and trying things out. So I believe I am live streaming this to Riverside and to YouTube. If you've never run across me before, I am Lisa Mitchell. I do several things, but I am primarily the host of the Divorce Curious podcast. I'm also a body language expert, a certified forensic interviewer. I like to read people for fun and try to get the truth out of people. So, if any of that is useful to you, I would encourage you to give me a follow, give me a share, leave me a comment, ask me a question. Yeah, I'm here for it all. So I did a really interesting and fun thing yesterday over on LinkedIn. And I thought it would be a good kind of little mini episode here to start with today, as I gave my first live stream a go here. It's kind of low table stakes. I'm not really too worried about it. But basically, what happened is I was digging around for some stuff yesterday and I ran across my very first corporate badge, my first ID badge of my first big girl corporate job back in 1997 with GTE or General Telephone, and that company does not exist any longer. It's been bought and sold and spun off and rebranded and a whole bunch of stuff, but I was there like almost 18 years. And so I think finding that first name badge, seeing my like young, energetic 19-year-old self staring back at me like, also was kind of like, what is going on here and what comes next? Spoiler alert, I didn't even work in the building that they had me show up for orientation and to get my badge. Like they took our pictures and was like, okay, you're going to go work on the other side of town in a totally different building. So right out of the gate, plot twist, right? Which I think happens so often when you're trying something new. But I was reflecting back yesterday. I kind of got hit with that nostalgia, and I've learned a lot between 1997 and 2025, which is where this version of Lisa exists as I'm talking to you all today. So that's a lot of water under the bridge. That's a lot of a lot of lessons, a lot of work lessons, a lot of life lessons, a lot of people lessons. So I just jotted down my top 10. I'm just going to share them with you all real quick since, we're trying this live stream out. So if you have any questions, or you think it's useful or you think it's stupid, we're all just doing our best here. And I'm learning how to do something new with new equipment and live streaming. So spare me. Just come along. It'll be fun. I promise. Okay, so my one of my first life lessons are things I would whisper in little, sweet cheeked baby Lisa's first day at corporate life. She was standing in line waiting to get her real big girl ID badge. Here are some of the things I would share with her, and I'd love to know what some of your day one pieces of advice would be to yourself if you think back to that first day on your job. So here's where I would start. It'll never go like you think it will. And it doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It just means that we don't have as much control as we think or hope that we would. I can't think of a single thing in my entire career that I've ever endeavored upon that went exactly like I thought it would when I said yes or when I started on day one. And it's not because I screwed up or made bad decisions. It's just because that's not how the real world works. You don't have as much control as you think you do. Number two, keep an open mind and keep a sense of curiosity. Like that's what we miss so often. We come in and we think we know exactly how it's going to be and it's going to be our way and we know what we're going to do and we know what we're going to encounter. And then it very seldom ever ends up being anything like that. So keep an open mind, keep a sense of curiosity. You're going to have to do things that feel unfamiliar to you. You're going to have to learn things that maybe challenge you to think a little bit differently. It's okay. That's just part of learning. That's part of endeavoring into a new job, a new career, a new relationship. Like it's always about staying curious and keeping an open mind, collecting data, if you will, for my fellow scientific minded people here. Number 3, just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? There's this idea of your best yes. Competence does not equal alignment. Please hear me when I say just because you can do something does not mean it is your best thing for you to do, right? So really really use your discernment and think about, where is my best yes? Where is my best investment of my time? And yeah, I can do this, but like what is it going to feel like when I'm walking into that every day? And if you're not fully appreciated just because you're competent, if they don't appreciate your skill or they don't appreciate your contribution, man, it'll smash your soul. Don't do it. Don't do it. It'll burn out. It'll be frustrating. It'll make you gaslight yourself into thinking that you're not good or you don't belong. So don't put yourself in places where you're not aligned. Number 4, you can't help someone be more successful than they are willing or comfortable being themselves. Hear me when I say this. Like, you can be the best partner, you can be the best co-founder, you can be the best coach, wherever it is that you are impacting or partnering with people. When you see their greatness and you're like, okay, I'm going to go all in and I'm going to put my effort into this, and I'm going to be the person to help you realize how great you can be. And it's so tangible that you can see it and you want it for them, but they don't want it for themselves, right? You cannot help someone accept greatness and accept their personal best and greatness and even their own success if they're not interested in it, or if they're not able to receive it, or they don't think they're worthy of receiving it. Like, it'll be the ultimate exercise in frustration for you to want something better than someone wants for themselves. Don't do it, man. Let them enjoy their mediocrity. Like, that's it. Like, some people just are not equipped to receive greatness, and there's nothing you can do to change their mind. That is an inside job that they need to work on. The 5th piece of advice I would give little baby Lisa is you will disturb people's complacencies and you'll pay the price for that in some cases. Um, not everyone wants to innovate. Not everyone wants to or appreciates being challenged. And even if it could benefit them or make them better or make them more successful or elevate their performance or whatever it is that you could contribute, if you disturb their complacency past the level of their comfort, there will be blowback. Like, people don't want to be challenged to do something different unless they ask you to challenge them to do something different. So consider that your warning label. Number 6 for me, my superpower is learning. I'm sure you have a superpower too. I don't know what it is, but if you really think about what is the one thing that you do better than anybody else, or the one thing that you get the most excited to do, that is your superpower. For me, it's learning. And sometimes I felt kind of ashamed that I like to learn so much. Like, I'm a giant nerd. I fall down the rabbit hole. I'm really really interested in things that some people don't care about at all. And I felt some shame about that, and I felt like it was something like I kind of needed to hide how much I really enjoyed learning. But for me, when I embrace it and when I do it and when I own it, it really is something that is a competitive advantage for me. I am able to learn and synthesize and alchemize information at a speed that most people find alarming, or feel a little threatened by sometimes. And that's not bragging on myself. That's just I've seen enough evidence to know that that's something that I can and do and execute on frequently to other people's benefits. And I need to own that. It's okay. I'm a giant nerd. I love to learn stuff. My biggest point of value for other people is to learn and then benefit them by what I just learned. Like, I can turn it around pretty quick. I can learn a new language. I can learn a new industry. I can learn a new process, and then I can speak to it at a level that other people find valuable. So whatever your superhuman, your superpower skill is, that thing that makes you unique or different or valuable, don't be ashamed of it. Just embrace it and then find a way to help other people see it as valuable. Like, once you benefit somebody by that nerdy weird thing you do, people get a lot more gracious about appreciating what you have. Number 7, your relationships will make and break you, not either or. if you are a normal person moving in this world in a normal way, in a normal career, you are going to have both the biggest cheerleaders you've ever found in your workplaces and with your coworkers, and you are going to have the most vicious snipers you've ever come across. You're going to have them both. Nobody gets out alive without having the good and the bad. Your challenge is to learn to discern very, very quickly who is a genuine cheerleader and who is a sniper waiting in disguise, right? And move accordingly. Separate yourself from the snipers, celebrate your cheerleaders, and reciprocate. But figure it out quick. The sooner you can figure it out before somebody has to literally snipe you, the better off you're going to be. Number 8, for me, I will do many, many things, and I'll do a lot of things at the same time. Like, I am never just working on one project at a time, ever. I'm never just learning one thing. That's not how my brain works. I'm ADHD, late in life diagnosed, but man, oh man, does it ever make sense, because my brain is like a 3-ring circus on a slow day. So for me, I channel that through, like, John Acuff, the author, has an incredible term that I read once that really gave me permission to just embrace the yes and that I seem to really get energized by: portfolio life. So it is, you are doing multiple things in multiple ways, sometimes at the same time. Um, that's okay. It's okay. It doesn't make you, unless you're diluting yourself or you're burning yourself out or you're not able to execute fully on something that you're obligated to do, it's all right. Be diverse. Pursue multiple interests. Work on multiple projects. Like, do the things that make your brain light up, because that is what is going to feed you energetically in your work. Number 9, if you're like me, you may be hard to define, and that'll make people uncomfortable. Doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means that you don't fit comfortably into the box of being a thing for a place that most people are familiar with. It's okay. People can be uncomfortable. You can be hard to define. I always joke that, like, I am a nightmare from a resume perspective, or I am so hard when somebody says, "Oh, well, what can I help you get connected to?" Or "Who can I connect you to talk to you about an opportunity?" And I'm like, "Well, here's the 5 things I do most often, and then here's 15 other things that I've done or could do." So, I don't know. I solve problems and I connect people. Those are the 2 things that I do consistently, no matter what my role is and no matter what company I'm working with, or if I'm working on my own projects. I connect people and I find ways to solve problems. I remove friction. I help people get what they want with less friction. So, whether it's with technology or communication, like, it doesn't matter. The how does not matter. Those are the 2 things I do. So if you have any jobs open, let me know. Okay, where was I? Number 9. Okay, number 10. For me, I have the gift and the curse of being able to see the truth about people and situations. When you see people, especially people who are moving with possibly not the best intentions, and they know that like, that you can see them, they're going to feel threatened, because you could be a point of exposure for them. They might have everybody else snowed. Everybody else might be bought into the persona, but they know you see them like an X-ray machine. Um, that's going to make you a threat to some people if you have that gift, if that's one of the things that you can discern really easily. And that's okay. Like, it's going to cost you. Some people are going to find a way to, like, remove the threat. Um, and that can really suck and be painful and put you in some interesting situations, but it doesn't mean that you're wrong, and it doesn't mean that you should stop trusting yourself. Like, when you see what you see, you know what you know, right? And what level of disclosure you choose to have with that is up to you. But just know that it does not come without its own perils and its own risks of how people are gonna perceive you on that, and how people are going to react to that. So those were my kind of top 10. I mean, I could have done a top 50, I feel like, of lessons learned or pieces of advice that, current day Lisa would give day one Lisa. And uh, I guess it's great. Like that's the whole point of living and growing and having different experiences is so you can figure things out and do things differently and learn about yourself and learn about others. And hopefully you find a way to share that knowledge, whether it's LinkedIn post or mentoring or sharing it with younger professionals and associations and groups that you're with, or even just your coworkers or people that you're around every day, or the students that you interact with if you're in education, right? Like there is so much benefit to saving people the pain of learning lessons the hard way when you can just tell them what it could look and feel like and how to avoid it. So think about what's like one thing out of all the things you've learned and all the things you've experienced, between your day one self and where you are today, what's one piece of advice that you would give yourself and then maybe benefit others by sharing? I'd love to know it. Put it in the comments. But spend some time thinking about like, what are those day one lessons or those day one insider tips and tricks and hacks that would have made your experience so much better had you just known them ahead of time without having to pay the price and the pain of learning them themselves. So that's my challenge to you. Leave it in the comments, like, subscribe, follow, share. I'm going to start doing these live streams more often here now that I know how to set the technology up and that it's really not as hard as I thought it was. So if there's a topic that you want me to talk about next, whether it's lessons learned or whether it's something on the body language front or forensic interviewing or something around divorce, throw it at me. I'm happy to chat. So I will talk to y'all soon.